welcome back to the IPF 2019 World Classic Powerlifting Championships, Helsingborg, Sweden. And we are just about to get underway for the women M1 57s and the 63s, and we'll have two groups in this session. And this is always a hotly contested weight class. And Lanka Deepa from India opening with 82.5. So the bar is loaded for Lankard. Sean Muir, president of APU, the technical controller for this session. And just letting her know that, yeah, bar load, it's called, you've got 30 seconds left. So she hasn't left herself a lot of time, a little bit disorganized there. And she gets that squat commanding time. Knees are coming in, she's having a fight for it. So she just dropped the knees in there. She was very rushed trying to set up. Needs to get herself a little bit more organized. The coach needs to make sure she's there ready to go. And next lifter, Courtney Eve from Germany, 110 kilograms. Just shy of her personal best. So 110 kilograms. This is the 57 kilo class. And weighed in this afternoon at 55.9. So just shy of double body weight. And 3 white lights, that one goes on the board. Heather Isles from Canada, 110 as well. And Justin there coaching for Team Canada, and he has had an extremely busy day today. He's had a busy week actually. And that looks like a good opening lift. And it is, it's on the board with 3 white lights. Helen Hughes, Great Britain, 110. And puts that one on the board. 3 white lights. Francis Manius from Canada, 112.5. Personal best of 125. The 125 last year at the Canadian Powerlifting Nationals. And it looks like a good opening lift. 3 white lights. We'll stay at 112.5 for Sarah Flynn from Ireland. You see Big J in her corner there. Been doing a lot for powerlifting. And then we roped him in to joining us in the commentary booth the other day as well. So Sarah Flynn looking for 112.5, a personal best of 118. Depth is good. Looks like a solid lift. And it is 3 white lights. And the spotting and loading crew, like a Formula One team, absolutely flying through this. Karina Hedberg from Sweden, 117.5. $117.5 kilograms. Five years competition experience. Sinks it in deep as knees drop in a little bit, but she straightens them back out and gets the 3 white lights. Marika Tanaka from Japan now, looking for a big 130. Not a huge amount of international competition experience. This is the World Women's Classic Powerlifting in 2016 in Killeen, Texas. She picked up 5th place there with a 125 squat. Here she is again at the World Championships. Looking for a 130 to open. Smooth lift all the way through. What do the referees say? Not getting deep enough there. And looks like the center ref with some foot movement maybe. Not sure. Let's have a look at the replay. Maybe the knee, not really sure. Can't see from that angle. Joe Eita from USA, 130. So 130 kilos to open. A PB of 140. And she finished 3rd in Calgary last year. Robin Ray, 137.5. $137.5 for Robin Ray. Plenty of time on the clock. Just taking your time getting set up there. Gets in nice and deep. Hips popped up a little bit there, but she corrected very quickly, and she gets the 3 white lights. Lanka deeper now for her second at 82.5. So she was very rushed on the first one. She's a lot more organised this time. She's ready and waiting. So she had a lot more time up her sleeve to get set and get ready this time. So personal best is 75, so she's been training hard, obviously, to be opening at 82.5. Let's take that deep breath, chest up high. And she's fighting it, but it's just a bit too much. She just needs to lift that chest up, get that head up. It's so important to get those lift selections, especially for the opening lift, correct. Courtney Eve, 115 kilograms. Opened at 110, now looking for a personal best of 115. $115 kilograms for Courtney Evans. Sorry. Lifts that head up, drives those hips through, and it goes on the board, 115. So Heather Isles from Canada wants 115 as well. Still well off her personal best, and certainly no stranger to international competition. Competed in Calgary last year with a 4th place. Won the Canadian National Championships. 5th place in Minsk a couple of years ago. And 3 white lights here, keeping her on track. Helen Hughes, Great Britain. They're looking for 117.5. She's got a personal best of 120. And she competed in the Classic Bench Press Championships this year in 4th place. And the equipped getting 4th place and gets that one on the board. So she's had a busy year. She was at the European Masters as well, where in fact she got a gold medal. Sarah Flynn from Ireland now, 117.5. You can hear the coach in the background. Deep breath, stay tight, giving those instructions. A little bit of hesitation there. She gets it to the top. Let's see what the referees say. And she gets it 2 white lights. That's enough. And I think the red light from the center referee, probably that hesitation may have looked like the bar dipped. Frances Manius from Canada, 120. Got plenty of time on the clock there. Just under her personal best. Gets the squat command. Works it back to the top. Didn't look overly difficult. And gets the 3 white lights. Her Carina Hedberg from Sweden now, 125. .125 on the bar, just shy of a personal best at 131. Give you an idea of just how strong this weight class is. The world record is 174 kilograms. Just dropping in. She'll need to push that out, but she gets the 3 white lights. Marika Tanaka from Japan now, 130. Didn't seem to have a problem with the weight. Just had a few technical issues. Looking to rectify that. So needs to put this one on the board to take the pressure off. It's depth well, but just a little bit too much that time. Got herself a little bit off balance. And great job from the spotters there. That's a difficult one to catch. You can see the bar just rolls backwards there. Knees push forward. So she's in on a little bit of pressure now. So 135 now for Joe Aita. Joe Aita, USA, 135, just below a personal best of 140. Gets in deep. She's having to work, but it's just a bit too much. And just a little too heavy on that one. Robin Ray now, 147.5. So well under her personal best of 160. And she is here for one thing and one thing only today. And she wants that World Championship medal around her neck. .1475. She had a great opening lift at 137.5. Gets in deep, having to work just a little too much this time round. She just hesitated a little bit at the bottom. I'll have a look at the replay and just see what happened there. It's not usually a big weight for her. It's in deep there. Looks like the bar just shifts a little bit there as well. She gets off balance. Now, Lankad Deepa from India in all sorts of trouble now as missed her opening 2 lifts, and it just looks like the weight's too heavy for her. Fingers crossed that she can put this one on the board. going to take everything she's got. She's going to need to use every ounce of strength, every bit of heart, every bit of willpower to put this one up. Big, big breath. That's it. That's it. That's it. She can do this. Drive it to the top. She gets it there. Let's see. Is it on the board? It is. What a comeback. That was tough, but she got it to the top. Just saved her neck with that one. So we get a 120 for Courtney Eve from Germany. $120 kilograms for Courtney Eve. Big push, and she gets it there. And a little bit of a stumble on her feet though at the top. And that's going to cost her. So all that work, and she stumbled at the top. Heather Isles from Canada now, 120 kilograms. She had a good 110, a good 115. Can she put the 120 on? And it's coming up, but just couldn't quite get past that sticking point. These girls pushing themselves to the limit here. Helen Hughes, Great Britain. 120. They equal her personal best. Depth is good. Can she push through it? She does. She's to the top. And she gets that one on the board. Sarah Flynn from Ireland, 120. This will be a personal best. A best lift 118. I would imagine a national record. Now looking for 120. That's it, pulls the bar in. She's gonna have to work, she'd get the chest up. And you could hear Big J in the corner yelling out, chest up, and it works. Gets it on the board for a personal best. Frances Manius from Canada, 122.5. $122.5. Just shy of a personal best. Takes that big breath in. And she's had to work hard. She hesitated at the start there, but she knew she had to keep going down. She gets it on the board. You look at the replay, you see she hesitates at the start. She can't come back up. She has to keep going down, and she manages to pull that one off. 127.5 now for Karina Hedberg. Karina Hedberg, 127.5 kilograms. Sinks it in. Gets a little off balance there, but it's not happening today. Just got herself a little off balance. Hips popped up, chest came forward, but she gave it everything she had. Now, Marika Tanaka, 130. Her first lift didn't look like the weight was a major issue. Her second lift looked like the weight was a problem. This is her last shot to get this one on the board. It's certainly not her first rodeo. And this is a weight that she knows she can lift. She just needs to put it all together. A big breath. Get that head up, head up. That's better. That looks more like it. Perfect on the board. You can see the difference when she lifted that head up. Everything changed. And there's the difference. Chest comes up. So Jo Aita now for USA, 135. She's got her eye on that gold medal as well. So Ray will take the gold medal in the squat. And Jo Aita could find herself in a silver medal. She can put this 135 on the board. And not today. So she'll take the bronze medal home. So now we go Robin Ray, 147.5. She has the gold medal in the squat. And this one here can go a long way to just opening up that gap between her and Jo Aita. 147.5. Just couldn't quite put it together on the second. Let's see if she can put it all together for this one. Don't think the action's going to stop after this lift, so hold on to your chips and drinks because we are going straight into the 63 kilo class. Coach just telling her she's got plenty of time. Don't rush it. Big breath in. Pushes into the belt. And she's working her way through it. She's going to fight it, but just not quite enough. Hesitated a little bit at the bottom there. And just couldn't quite get it there. So she'll settle for the 137.5, but she does have the gold medal in the squat. And now we move straight into the 63s. Minna Ristolainen from Finland, 100 kilograms. Guys just getting that bar set, the right height. They've certainly had a big job today. It's 7:30 p.m. here in Helsingborg, Sweden, and these guys have been working all day, shifting those weights around. Minna Ristolainen from Finland. Gets in really deep, powers it back up, and puts it on the board. Daniela Falk from Germany, 115. And she has the great Rolf, the mustache maestro, in her corner. Great man and a great coach. Just shy of her personal best. Speed is good. It's a fast squat. And she gets it on the board. A fast squat is a good squat. Zita Kanatova from Czechia, 117.5. She's a policewoman in the Czech Republic. She's about to squat 117.5. I imagine if you give her any problems, she'll throw you in the back of that police van without any trouble whatsoever. Digs in deep, and that should be a good lift. Let's wait and see, and it is. Holly Lasante from Canada now, 117.5. Well under her personal best. Gets a big breath in. Nice and fast. And it goes on the board. She's got to be happy with that one. Sharon Holmes, Great Britain. $125 kilograms. She's fired up. Hold my beer, coach. I want 125. Well under a personal best, so she should handle this really well. Great work, gets to the top. Right knee drops in a little bit, but she straightens it back out. Gets it on the board. Natasha Dan Badaris from Canada, 132.5 now. Just under her personal best. Here she comes. 132.5. It's down low. Hips popped up a little bit, but she corrected very quickly. And she gets the 3 white lights. And now we look to 140. Manila Pishelbaka from Norway. 140 kilograms. bus driver from Norway. So not usually that heavy a weight for her. Let's have a look at the replay. Just looks like she didn't hit the bounce very well. She just didn't sort of get down there. Let's have a look. Yeah, a little bit of hesitation in the bottom. Probably didn't go as low as she usually does. She'll come back out on that second one and absolutely smoke it. Audria Butler from the USA now, 150. She's got one aim today, and that's that gold medal. But Manuela is going to push her every step of the way. And a good opening lift. Probably wasn't quite as clean or perfect as she would have liked, but it gets the job done. We go to the second round now. The squats and the 63s. And Minna Ristolainen from Finland, 112.5. So 112.5. Opened at 100. So throwing on a 12.5 kilo jump. And no problems at all with that extra 12.5 kilos. It gets it on the board. Daniela Falk now from Germany, 120 kilograms. And some last minute advice from a coaching crew. So 120 goes on. This will be a personal best. Not a bad way to come out for a second lift. The first lift looked fantastic. Sinks it in, drives it fast. That was quick, and it's on the board. That's one red light. If we look at the replay, she's just going to have to be a little bit careful with those knees dropping in there. But she managed to handle it. Edita Kanatova from Czechia, 125 for a personal best. This will be a personal best. Will certainly go a long way to helping her move up the world rankings a little bit. Oh, she's having a fight, but it's just not there. I think she might have pulled up a little bit short on that anyway. Let's have a look at the replay and see. Wow. Hard to tell from there. From that side angle, she might have been fine, but she just didn't have the power on that one. Holly Lasante from Canada now, 125. She smoked her opening lift. Fast into the hole, smooth to the top. From here it looks good. What do the refs say? It is, it's 2 white lights. She's just dropping a little bit forward there, but she pushes those hips through and corrects. So Sharon Holmes now from Great Britain, 130 kilograms. $130. She's fired up again. Well, she's in a good position. She can put a couple more squats on the board. She puts herself in a good position going to the bench press. She's strong through that sticking point. Was she deep enough? Gets the 2, that's enough. Natasha Dunn Vadaris from Canada, 137.5. So this will be a personal best. Only got a couple of competition years under her belt. But she's certainly showing she's got what it takes to be here. Great drive through the top there. Puts the extra in, gets it on the board. Manuela Ishkulbaka from Norway, 140. Had some trouble with this in her opening lift. Needs to put this one on the board because she wants to be challenging Butler. She's going to have to put that bus in high gear this time. She has the power to do this. She's done it before. Just needs to put it all together. To sink it in, get that bounce. So she had the strength. Did she have the depth? Yes, she did. It's on the board. Very different to her first attempt. So 157.5 now for Audria Butler. So that one missed lift from Pishelbaka from Norway just gives Butler a little bit of an opportunity to give herself a fraction of breathing space going into the bench press. $157.5. Audria Butler. This extra 7.5 kilos can make a big difference at the end of this. And gets that back to the top. 3 white lights. That's going to make a big difference. So we come back around to the start for their third attempts now. Minna Ristolainen from Finland, 120. 120 kilograms, just shy of her personal best. She's had 2 good lifts so far. They both look great. And this one's going to work to the top as well. It does. And she gets another one on the board. Fantastic work. Daniela Volk from Germany now, 125 for a personal best. Looking to go 3 from 3 on the squats. And at the moment, Butler, Michelle Baker, done in first, second, and third for the squats. Butler pretty much secured that gold medal in the squats with a 157.5 and the lift to come. And she's fought for it and she gets it to the top. It was messy, but the job was done. It's on the board. A good lift doesn't have to be a clean lift. So 125 now. Edita Kanatova from Czechia. And this will be a personal best for her as well. She tried to hit this one on a second attempt and just gave her a little bit of grief. So now coming out for a third. Oh, just got all out of shape on that one. You can see it just pushed her forward. Great job from the spotters there. Holly Lacente from Canada, 130. Right on her personal best. And she's going to fight it all the way. Hips through, she gets it to the top. And it's a good lift. Very happy with that one. So 132.5 now for Sharon Holmes, Great Britain. And of course, we had the privilege of having Joe Whiteley in the commentary booth earlier, the Great British team as well. She'll be lifting tomorrow morning. $132.5. Oh, it's heavy. Pushes that knee out, and you can see the speed change when she pushed that knee back out. And she gets it on the board. So now 140 for Natasha Dunn from Canada. And this squat could move her into the silver medal for the squat. Certainly fired up for it. Good walk out. That'll be a big personal best. And she's going to fight, but it's just a little bit too much today. She almost had that up. And she'll take the bronze medal for the squats. So now, Manuela Schulbacher from Norway, 142.5. $142.5, under a personal best. Got off to a rough start with a 140, then absolutely smoked it on a second. And now the smart move, just at 2.5 kilos. And she handles the weight. Was it deep enough? Let's wait and see. Not deep enough. So now we go to 162.5 for Audria Butler from the USA. 162.5. Dead even on a personal best. She certainly has the competition experience. She might not have huge years of competition, but she's got a lot of experience in that short time. $162.5. This is going to make a lot of breathing space as she goes into the bench. And just a little too much today on that one. But she finished strong with a 157.5 and a gold medal in the squats. Don't go too far away. You've got 10 minutes to get your drinks and your chips and get back in that seat, and we'll get back here for the bench press. Welcome back, and we are just about to kick off the bench press here in the IPF 2019 World Classic Powerlifting Championships in Helsingborg, Sweden. And it is heating up for some action here. We've got the 57s and the 63s, and we're going to have some great battles for those top three places in both of these weight classes. But right now, we're going to hit the 57s with Lanka Deepa from India, 42.5, and she made an amazing comeback. Missed her opening squat, missed her second squat, and they just looked way too heavy for her. And then she came out for a third and put in the biggest fight of her life to put it on the board. So now opening with 42.5 on the bench press. Again, taking a bit of a risk here, opening on a personal best. Her previous best lift, 37.5. And that is a much better opening lift. And it's on the board. That will give her some confidence moving into the next lifts now. So Sarah Flynn, 52.5. Just shy of a personal best. So 52.5 kilograms on the bar for Sarah Flynn. So taking her time, getting those shoulders dug in. You can see she's up on those shoulders. She's got the feet pulled back to get that tightness. And a good opening lift. And it's on the board. Courtney Eve from Germany now, 57.5. Just a touch under her personal best of 60. Uh, 57.5 kilograms. She weighed in at 55.9 kilograms this afternoon. So just a touch over body weight. And it was smooth all the way up, a little bit slower than she probably wanted, but she gets it on the board, and that's what counts. Frances Manius from Canada, 65 kilograms. So just instructing the center spotter that she doesn't require a lift off. 65. Handles the lift off easily. Ah, great lift. That's an opener. And goes on the board, Marika Tanaka. And she had all sorts of problems with her squats as well. And then came out on her last one and absolutely smoked it. And opening with 65. Just shy of her personal best of 70. And the Canadian coach is having a chat to the jury about something. We'll see if we can find out what that is. And Marika is cutting her time a little bit fine here. And that's a nice opening lift. That'll go a long way to boosting her confidence now. So Heather Isles now 67.5. So well under her personal best, so she should have plenty of breathing space on this one. And a very smooth, quick opening lift on the board. Joe Aita now, USA, 75 kilograms. So the bench press, not where you're going to make up lots and lots of ground, but this is the place you've got to chip away and play the smart numbers, just getting those few extra kilos on the board. If you can get an extra 5 or 7.5 kilos, or even 10 kilos on your total in the bench press, it can go a long way at the other end. Hits the start. And a very, very good opening lift. It's on the board. Karina Hedberg now from Sweden, 82.5. Some very, very big opening lifts in the 57 kilo class. The world record is 102.5 kilograms. So 82.5. Wasn't the quickest lift, but the job is done. It's on the board. So Helen Hughes from Great Britain, 82.5. So that world record of 102.5, set back in 2015. Deva Zerovina from Lithuania. And Helen Hughes gets that one on the board. So Robin Ray now, 85 kilograms. And she has her eye on chasing down Aita from the USA. And this is where she can make up those few extra kilos. She can be consistent through the bench press, not taking too big of jumps, just getting those numbers on the board. She can close that gap. Great bench press, fantastic opener, and it's on the board. So we come back around to the start now. Lankar Deepa from India, 47.5. Opened at 42.5 for a personal best, now looking 47.5. $47.5. Stretches that back, tries to get those shoulders under as far as she can. Hips down, tight through the legs, tight through the back. Oh, did she jump the press command, or did she just time it very, very well? And I think she might have jumped it. She gets the 2 red lights, and let's have a look at the replay. I think we've got some downward movement of the bar and some butt lift there. Let's have a look. Oh, we might just miss that one. 55 kilograms now for Sarah Flynn. So this will equal her personal best. Nice touch. Timed the press command very, very well. And gets the 3 white lights. So Courtney Eve is now from Germany. 60 kilograms. Looking to equal her personal best. And some of these ladies have had very, very busy years with competition so far. And that one just a little too heavy, just mistimed it a little bit. See if we can have a look at the replay and just sort of see what went wrong there. Or we can watch them load the plates and watch how fast these Formula One pit stoppers are loading these bars. Frances Manius from Canada, 70 kilograms. Frances Manius. And she had to fight on that one, especially the left-hand side there. And the referees say no lift. And can't really see from that angle on the replay there. Marika Tanaka looking for 70 kilograms to equal her personal best. She hasn't given herself much time here. She's only got 21 seconds left. And she's cutting it fine. Just gets in there. And it's just a little too heavy. And just didn't want to shift off the chest there. So Heather Isles now from Canada, 72.5. You see these girls pushing themselves to the absolute limit, even on their second lifts. And trying to push each other, get themselves in better positions. Heather Isles, 72.5 kilograms. And that should be a good lift, and it is. It's on the board. Joe Aiton now from USA, 80 kilograms. just need to use the bench press to chip away at that total. Just get those few extra kilos on the board. Not trying to do anything silly. Sometimes the 2.5 kilo jump, the safe bet, means more at the end than the big risk. And she's having to work hard. She gets it to the top. What do the refs say? Good lift. There's not a whole lot of room left though. Carina Hedberg from Sweden, 85 kilograms. Just shy of a personal best. She opened at 82.5. Now putting on just 2.5 kilos, and I think this is the smart bet here. So on predicted totals, she's only 5 kilos away from third position, and they've been missing lifts. If she can just add an extra 5 kilos here throughout the bench press, and that can go a long way in the deadlifts. And that should be a good lift. And it is, it's on the board. Does that make the difference at the end? Helen Hughes, Great Britain, 85 kilograms. She's had a busy year already. I believe she was in Tokyo a week ago for the World Bench Press. And that one's just proved to be a little bit tough. So Robin Ray from the US now, 87.5. So opened at 85. Just putting the 2.5 kilos on. So good lift out. And that looks like a solid lift. What do the referees say? It is, it's on the board. And she handles that very, very well. So Alanka Deepa will take the platform now for her third attempt, 47.5. So she opened with 42.5, and it was a very, very good lift. She went to 47.5 and had a bit of trouble on a second. Now trying to get this 47.5 on. That 5 kilo jump may have been a little bit too big. She used a lot of energy in the squats. Good press. Here we go. That's a lot better. She timed that a lot better and gets the 3 white lights. Well done. So 57.5 now for Sarah Flynn. $57.5 Sarah Flynn for her third. So just 2.5 kilo jumps. Try not to shock the system too much. She's got that wide grip, the deviated wrist. And she's fighting it somehow. But just got away from her. Boy, did she put in a fight on that one. All heart and almost had it. She might not have got that lift, but she should be proud of that fight. Courtney Eve from Germany, 60 kilograms. Oh, she had to fight, but it was just a little too much. She's not overly happy with that. Frances Marnius, Canada, 70 kilograms. Have these missed lifts open up the doors for a few lifters to change and jostle up the positions through the deadlifts now. That's a good press on the board. Marika Tanaka now 70 kilograms. So missed this on a second. And needs to put this one on the board to get that couple extra kilos. He uses a lot of time in a setup. It's probably something she can look at. Trying to reduce the amount of time required to set up. Would probably make a difference. It's also a lot of energy usage in this setup as well. And it's just a bit too heavy. So unlucky there. So Heather Isles now 75 kilograms. So opened with 67.5, got that. Hit the 72.5, got that. Now looking to equal her PB on 75, so just a 2.5 kilo jump there. So doesn't need a lift off for this. So doing your own lift off can be a little bit beneficial if you can manage it. And depending on how you do it can also be detrimental. But in this case, the weight just a little bit too heavy. Jo Aita now, 82.5. Just the 2.5 kilo jump. Looks like Hughes will take the bronze medal in the bench. And Jo Aita now 82.5. If she can get all three lifts on the board here, it could make a very big difference at the other end. but that one just a little too heavy. So 85 now for Helen Hughes. She opened at 82.5. She put in the smart card at 85, but just couldn't get it to happen. And now looking at 85 again. And this is not a number that's out of reach for her either. 85 kilos should be within reach. It has been a very busy year. That was better off the chest, but just wasn't going to happen today. So Karina Hedberg now from Sweden, 87.5. So Karina has done 2.5 jump, 2.5 jump. And she is closing the gaps and opening up some space. So this will temporarily move her into the gold medal position on bench. And that extra 2.5, just a little bit too much tonight. So Robin Ray now, 90 kilograms. She's done the same. She's just taken those 2.5s. And in her position, very, very smart. She is, in predicted totals, neck and neck with Joata. So the extra 2.5 kilos could come into play. And she gets it to the top. She's laughing. She thinks she's excited. It goes on the board. So we move straight to the 63s now. Mina Ristolainen, 60 kilograms. And a good opening lift. Edita Konatova from Czechia now, 62.5. And there is a lot of red in those 57s. Robin Rain, the 57's the only one to put all three bench on, and that 2.5 kilos can make all the difference at the end. But right now, 62.5, we're in the 63 kilos for Edita Konatova from Czechia. Good opening lift. Equaled her personal best with that one. Holly Lasanti from Canada, 65 kilograms. So Holly Lacenta, 65. And should be a good lift, and it is. Daniela Falk from Germany now, 67.5. So, fair bit under her personal best. So this should be a comfortable opening lift, and then she can just chip away. And that's a good opening lift. So Sharon Holmes from Great Britain now, 70 kilograms. And she was fired up for her squats, and she's fired up for a bench. .70 kilograms, 5 kilos under her personal best. And squeeze that bar tight. Oh, it's a tough opener. I think she would have liked that to have been a little bit easier. She gets it on the board. She gets one red light though, and I'd say that is maybe some foot or some butt movement maybe. Let's have a look and see what we can see on the replay. Yeah, just a little, possibly some butt movement there. Natasha Dan Vidaris from Canada, 82.5. Just explaining how she wants the bar handed out. So 82.5 kilograms, just shy of her personal best of 85. And digs those shoulders into the bench. And nice touch. And great work there. You can hear the coach cueing in the background. Gets that one on the board. Manuel Peshelbaka from Norway, 82.5. This is right on her personal best. Just trying to explain how she wants the lift off. You don't want to spend too much time doing that, but it's important to let the spotters know how you want the bar handed out and consistently remind them when you go back out there. Oh, that's a tough, grinding opening lift. That right side is slow. She gets it there. That is a really tough opening lift. It goes on the board, but she has used a lot of energy to do that, and there's not a whole lot of room left in the tank. But Audria Butler from USA now, 92.5. The current world record, 142.5. course, that was set by none other than the great Jennifer Thompson, probably one of the best bench pressers on the planet. And incidentally, she's a pretty damn good squatter and deadlifter as well. And that was a good opening lift at 92.5. You don't get to be a world champion by just being able to bench. We come back around now for the start with Audria Butler from Czechia, 65 kilograms. So this will be a personal best. She opened on her personal best. Oh, good second lift. That goes on the board. That's the way to do it. Minna Ristolainen from Finland now, 65 kilograms. Opened at 62.5. Came down super fast, but managed to regain that tightness. And I think it's a good lift, and it is 65. Holly Lacenta now from Canada, 67.5. Opened at 65. Now, we're awfully privileged. We put the band back together. Ryan Sixpack Labadat has just seen that we're getting into some action here. He's been competing this afternoon. Picked himself up some jewelry as well. And did another commentary session, and now it's popped over here, and Holly Lacenta hits the 67.5 pretty well. Gets it on the board. Welcome back to the box.
Thank you, sir.
And
Oh,
I'll give Ryan a break. He's had a long day of competing, and we just couldn't get the microphone to working. The switch that says on is the one you want.
there we go.
Daniela Falk now from Germany, 72.5. I'll tell you, in these 57s and these 63s, the top three places are going to have to battle it out. It's going to come down to the last pull. And if you look at the 57 kilo scoreboard, it's going to come down to the ones that were able to put those extra couple of kilos on during the bench press.
Yeah, it looks like a pretty tight race. Every kilo's going to count.
Man, that was a tough one, but she gets it on the board. That should be a good lift, I think. It is.
And it is. Equals her personal best.
Sharon Holmes from Great Britain, 72.5 kilograms. And she's been fired up for every lift, so I hope she can maintain that level of enthusiasm all the way through to the end, but it can get draining.
I was just about to say, yeah, you see some lifters kind of increase their enthusiasm as the lifts go from opener to the thirds, but some people just have that reserve that they kick into.
Yeah, there's a few lifters that can just manage to keep at that level the whole time, but
fellow Brit Screamer Manuel comes to mind.
Sharon Holmes, 72.5.
Oh, wow.
It looked tough, but it was smooth all the way.
Oh, what do you think? See, here's the thing. 2.5 kilo is the smallest increment they can increase by. And sometimes on the bench press, 2.5 kilo is a pretty big percentage
Yeah, look,
jump.
I'm a big fan of the 2.5 kilo. I mean, if you put 2.5 kilo on your first, your second, then your third, that's 5 kilos you add on.
Yeah.
You can take that jump to 5 kilos. If you miss the lift, you add nothing to your total.
Yeah, I gotta agree.
I'd rather take 5 kilos or 2.5 kilos over nothing. And if you look at the 57 scoreboard, Robin Ray hit all 3.
Yeah. And
And
she's the
the
only
predicted
one.
totals, it caught her up, and she's dead even with Joe Ada, just because she put all 3 on the board.
And the Canadian, Natasha, flaunting some flexibility, she actually works with a mobility expert, her husband. So,
Well, you'd want to hope she's flexible and mobile then. So 85 kilograms. And just a little heavy there.
yeah, that would have matched her personal best.
Don't count it out yet though. She might come out and smoke that on a third. So we stay at 85 kilos for Fischl Barker from Norway. So how's the body feeling after several hours of competition?
You know what? I was popping caffeine pills, and I'm wired and tired at the same time, if that makes any sense. If that makes any sense. The nervous system's tired, but the mind is probably not going to sleep tonight, unfortunately.
We'll have to try and keep you under control. Fischl Barker, 85.
Says she opened with a personal best. How did that move?
Yeah, look, it did. It moved pretty. It was a tough lift,
Yep.
but it was steady all the way. And I think this one's going to be really tough. Oh, she jumped the command there. That's a shame. She just got a little bit ahead of herself there.
Yeah, it looks like she's lifting 3 years. Might be the first time at the Worlds. Get a little excited.
Yeah, look, it's not a lot of experience. So we look at Audria Butler now, 97.5.
Looks like she's a favorite for the gold overall, but we got a little bit of lifting to go.
Yeah, look, she certainly came into this a clear favourite. And certainly Fischl Barker from Norway, getting the 3 lifts in the bench would have gone a long way to try and peg down that total in the end.
However, the Norwegian has a much bigger deadlift, and you know how quickly you can cover ground in
Can
deads.
make a big difference.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a great lift, that one. 97.5. That blew up.
Pacing herself well.
Yeah, plenty of steam in the tank there.
Oh, wow. Norwegian.
Yeah, so might have decided that she just doesn't have the energy to fight that. I'm going to save a little bit for the deadlifts.
And I like that, because you could fight and empty the tank for a 2.5 kilo increase, or you look ahead at deads where you're a much better puller than the American. That's where you're really going to cover
that's right.
ground.
I mean, if you put a big fight on, it drains the energy a lot. I mean, the tank's gone.
For 2.5 kilo.
Yeah, and I mean, she could drain the energy out and get a no lift as well.
Exactly.
And that's a lot of energy for nothing.
Good
where she
strategic
could
move.
make that 2.5 kilos up, and she's got a solid dead.
Easily, and more.
And you certainly saved your energy for the end of yours for a solid deadlift.
Thank you, sir.
Pulling squat and deadlift medal, and a couple of Canadian records as well, I believe.
Yes, sir.
Oh, she's having to fight for this one. That's a bit too much, though.
Started coming back down on her.
Yeah, that was a big personal best, it would have been, so a bit more than she's handled before. Minna Ristolainen now from Finland, 67.5.
And there's that 2.5 kilo jump you said you like. Let's see.
Yeah, look, I'm always a big fan of the bench press, of being realistic.
Yeah.
If you want to take some jumps and really go for it, that's the deadlift.
Yeah, I gotta agree, especially
Your
in
bench
this weight
press,
class.
I mean, the bench press can be where it's won or lost.
Quick descent.
Oh, she did the same on a second as well, and somehow she just gets the tightness back again. And she gets that on the board. Holly Lasante from Canada, 70 kilograms.
Now, Holly comes from a powerlifting family. Her siblings powerlift, she powerlifts, all at the world level.
And Justin, the coach there, he's had a very busy day.
Oh, yeah. No, he's been all over the place. Earning his sleep. I'll tell you that.
So 70 kilograms. And these 5 kilos, if she can add this, it adds 5 kilo to her predicted total. And just puts her in that position. But just a little bit heavy today.
A little too heavy.
And she's not too upset by that. Daniela Kolk from Germany, 75 kilograms.
Yeah, 2.5 kilo jump as well.
And she has a great man in her corner there as well. Rolf, absolutely fantastic coach.
Best
Great
mustache.
guy, best mustache on the planet.
Yeah, I was going to say in the business planet. Well,
I'm jealous.
top 10 anyways. Oh, I think he heard us.
75 kilograms. Be great for her to get this one on the board. This could just help her move up the rankings a little bit, that extra couple of kilos.
Yeah, it's a tight race.
Oh. And these, you can see they're pushing themselves so hard in these last lifts. If you look at that board, the 57s, I mean, there's only 3 successful lifts in the third, and we're not looking much better in the third lifts here in the 63s.
And that's a good indication of just how tight this race is. Everybody pushing the envelope.
So 75 for Sharon Holmes from Great Britain. And you know what, she's had a pretty good day so far. And that one's going to get the better of her though.
You know, again, there's 8 lifters here. It's a fairly quick turnaround.
Yeah, there's not a lot of recovery time, and these spotters and loaders are moving through them pretty fast as well. So Natasha, 85. So didn't quite get this moving on a second. And I think sometimes when you get that extra weight on there, it's a bit of a shock to the nervous system as well. Sometimes they can come out and absolutely smoke it on their third.
Yeah, she got a taste for it. A couple small adjustments can make a huge difference in the bench press. Even just with the bar path.
Oh, nearly got it moving. She just needed a little bit more power off the chest.
Yep.
She certainly gave it a good fight. So 102.5 now.
Well, so far just 1 lifter hitting their third attempt, and only 4 overall in both of these weight classes.
Yeah, it's a very, very tight field, and they're all just trying to get that little bit extra wherever they can. Audria Butler, USA, 102.5. If she can put this one on the board, she is going to be tough to beat. Dunn will take the silver medal for the bench press. Bishop Baker will take the bronze. And of course Butler with the gold. 102.5, it's a huge lift.
Yeah, nice 5 kilo jump.
Yeah, has she taken too big a jump? 97.5 was smooth and certainly didn't look difficult. And if I was the coach, I probably would have said 5 as well. It's putting in the fight.
Wow.
That was a fight. Let's see what the referees say.
It's
Oh, and
good.
it's a good lift. She gets it on the board. She's going to be tough to beat now.
You know, that was right on the money. She had not a single kilo more in the tank.
And that's a huge confidence booster going into the deadlift as well.
Yeah.
Well, don't go away. In 10 minutes' time, we're going to be right back here to watch them hit the deadlift platform. We're going to have our own little deadlift party in about 10 minutes' time. Welcome back, and we are just about to kick off the deadlift session here in Helsingborg, Sweden. We've got our own deadlift party happening. And Lanka Deepa is going to open at 100 kilograms. And I was just talking to Ryan. This woman has the biggest heart and the biggest fight you've ever seen in her. And she put an amazing fight on the squats to put this on the board.
Yeah, you were saying in the intermission, the fight you've seen, was that the biggest fight you've seen so far?
It was probably one of the best fights I've ever watched. You know, and it was one of those fights that was, if it doesn't go on the board, that's it, she's out of the totals.
Yeah, everybody loves a comeback story.
And now looking for 100 kilograms. And that looks like a good opening lift.
A little bit less drama in the bench and the deadlift event.
Thank goodness for that. Courtney Eve from Germany, 127.5.
Not looking for any major drama with these openers.
The key here is to put it on the board.
Yeah.
Be nice and conservative, get your opener on the board, and then you can start to play.
Double overhand hook grip.
Yeah, good opener. Look, and if you can manage the double overhand hook grip, it's a slight biomechanical advantage in the way you pull.
Yeah.
But boy, it is murder on the thumbs.
I cannot. But hats off for anybody. Kudos if you can pull it off.
Yeah, my fingers are a little bit short.
Beltless.
Helen Hughes, Great Britain, 127.5.
Another British lifter who likes to lift beltless, Joy Namani, the 52-kilo world champion, defending her title later on in these worlds.
Yeah, now, Helen Hughes, I'm sure she's had a busy year. I'm just having a look. So I thought she was at the in Tokyo for the World Bench Press, and she was.
That's a quick turnaround.
She finished 4th in the Classic and 4th in the Equipped.
Holy shit.
So she has had a very busy schedule. And she was at the European Masters in March as well.
Nice pull.
So Heather Isles puts that one on the board. So some of these ladies have had extremely busy schedules.
Yeah, well, Heather herself actually is an official and was already officiating earlier in these World Championships. They stay busy.
Yeah, and yourself, of course, you've been commentating all week.
Yeah. Oh, look how tight the feet are for this setup.
Sarah Flynn, no mucking around with that.
And that's really how you want your deadlift opener to look. Not a whole lot of emptying the tank to get it.
Yeah, you want a nice conservative opening lift. You've been lifting all for the last few hours. You want something nice and conservative. Put it on the board, then you've got the energy left in the tank to really go for it.
It solidifies your total. And then once you get that out of the way, you can start making some jumps.
Karina Hedberg from Sweden, 140.
Representing the host nation. They got quite the team this year, as you'd expect.
Yeah, it's always nice being back in the home country of Aliko.
Yep.
Oh, no. And just having a few little problems with that one.
You know, she's pulled 152.5.
Yeah, I mean, you would have... And she's sort of walking off with a bit of smirk on her face thinking, well, you know, I should have got that one.
I mean, in terms of travel, time zone change, etc., those are in her favor. Hopefully she can make some adjustments.
Yeah, I think that was more of a technique issue than anything. The way she walked off with a bit of a smirk on her face was that she got her set up all wrong. And right now, Frances Munius from Canada, 140.
Nice pull. Frances, talk about pulling double duty, the head coach of the Masters, Canadian Masters team.
Yeah, that's right. She's been busy. I've seen her on the sidelines a number of times this week already.
You want to talk about a stressful job, take on a national team. Bless her heart.
Robin Ray, USA, 145. And she wants to get this one on the board, and it'll put her in a very, very good position, a very commanding position.
Yeah, she looks like she's, well, she'll have a dogfight for the overall gold, but she's right in the mix for it.
Yeah, good opening lift.
It actually looks like it's going to be a battle between USA and USA.
Yeah, it's going to come down to the two of them, I think.
Yeah, and that kind of splits the national team, and people at home don't know who to root for if you're American. You win either way, I guess.
Always makes it a little bit more difficult, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Marika Tanaka, 155, and she had a rough start as well. She opened her squats on 130, which generally shouldn't have been too bad a weight. She missed her first one on a technicality. The weight wasn't too heavy. Came up for a second attempt at the same weight, and it just pinned her.
Oh, wow.
And then came out for a third and absolutely smoked it.
Another comeback story. See if she can have a little less drama in the deadlift event.
Yeah, I've had enough drama.
Me too. Nice. Nicely done.
Now, incidentally, talking about drama, the last time you competed at Worlds was Minsk in 2017.
It was.
Was this year a little bit of redemption for that one?
It was. Yeah, picking up a couple medals is always nice. Picked up a squat and deadlift medal.
And getting your squat on the board's a good comeback as well, isn't it?
It is. Yeah, I can't complain. It's just the bench press. When you podium in two events, you should podium in total. That's that bench that's hurting me. But
Joe Ada, USA, 162.5. So this is the other American lifter that is going to be looking to threaten for that gold medal as well.
Let's pay close attention to how this moves. See how much she has left in the tank. She's going to need it. This is a very tight race. In the projected, they're literally going to be neck and neck.
So this one needs to put this on the board to solidify.
Plenty more.
Yeah, there's plenty of room to move there.
One thing that's in Joe's favor compared to Ray would be she's by far the bigger puller, so she gets to pull last. And that side of the American coaching,
little advantage, isn't it, just to have that? You know,
that side of the American coaching staff could just be like, how much do we need to load to pull for the win? The other Americans' day will already be completely done. And that's the advantageous
it's just
position.
nice to have that little advantage. We saw that in the 83 men's as well, with the Ukrainian not being able to pull last, and a very big disadvantage.
Yep.
So Lanka Deepa from India now, 105. So this will be a personal best.
A 5 kilo jump, fairly conservative for a deadlift.
Yeah, quite conservative. Although I reckon the energy levels are starting to run low. She's had a couple of big fights.
As you were saying, yeah, this is also true.
Oh, a bit sticky through the middle, bit of dip. Let's wait and see.
I think it was.
She gets it through clean.
I was about to say I think it was good, but I agree that there was a sticking point. I think.
Yeah, look, it's
a small
it's
jump.
Tough. We have one view and one angle, and that's it.
Yeah.
Courtney Eve is from Germany. 132.5.
Germans got a pretty big team at these Worlds. Obviously not a very big travel. Their team is pretty stacked this year.
Yeah, it's a little bit of an advantage for some of the European countries. They don't have to travel too far.
Time zone change is friendly.
Oh, it's a big effort, but she gets it there.
Yeah, that was a 5 kilo
I'm
jump.
not sure if it sounded harder than it was, or...
Well, it never paused like some of the other lifts, but it sure was at a slower pace. I'm thinking 2.5 kilo. That was a 5 kilo jump.
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot more left there. 5 kilo would be really a stretch.
It's stretch, unless she's trying to pull for certain
and that's the thing,
podium.
Does 5 kilos get her anywhere extra?
Yeah, if it doesn't, then err on the side of caution. You can change your final deadlift twice, so she might see how everything else shakes up.
And 137.5 for Helen Hughes.
That's a big 10 kilo jump for her. Oh, wow. Handles it well.
And I'll tell you that, second lift, I think, looked better than her opening lift.
I think you might be right.
And she's just warming up now. I've finished my warm-up. Coach, put me in.
That's not usually how I work, but bless her heart.
Karina Hedberg from Sweden, 140. Now, she got it all wrong on the first attempt. I think it was technique.
The local crowd, obviously we're in Sweden, is really rallying behind her. They know she needs this to stay alive.
Looks a little bit wide on one side there. That's better.
Nicely done. Wow.
And that's how the first one should have looked.
Great comeback. Wow. Three
There
whites.
it is.
You know,
Yeah.
sometimes you see a comeback like that and you're wondering what happened the first time around. That was almost an entirely different
I'm
pull.
pretty sure that's the question her coach just asked her.
Yeah, don't stress me like that. Home Nation
Yeah.
appreciates it.
Heather Isles from Canada, 140. Yeah, you've got to spare a thought for the coaches. It's a stressful job.
Oh, yeah. There we go.
And squeezes the lockout. That should be a good lift, and it is.
Yeah, 100%. I seen Justin Reeson backstage when I was collecting my things in the intermission. I said, "How you doing, buddy?" He's like, "I need a beer." Stress levels through the roof. Minimal sleep.
Yeah, it's a tough gig.
It is. It is.
Francis Manius, 145.
Francis is a veteran of the game. Nicely done.
Yeah, I think that was a really smart attempt there at 145. That was a pretty conservative jump for her, and now she's got plenty left in the tank for that last pull if she wants to.
Yep.
Sarah Flynn, Ireland, 145.
Sarah is a hairdresser. Something me and you can't fully appreciate.
Well, not much use to me.
This is a decent jump, though. 7.5 kilo, just 2.5 kilo below her personal best.
Yeah, her opening lift moved like a rocket, so. And that was a good, solid pull. It slowed her down a bit, but
Yeah.
there's still probably, I think, maybe 2.5, maybe even 5 kilos that she can really fire up for that last lift.
With a proper motivation, 5, but it's gonna be a battle, that's
And
for
that's
sure.
it. It's going to take a lot. Robin Ray, 160. There's some big lifts coming.
Now,
What's the current world record? 187.5.
she's pulled 182.5, and Robin, for a 57 kilo lifter, pulling into the 400s.
That is huge.
Yeah, monstrous. Master 1, 57 kilo lifter, pulling 400. Oh, wow.
That's a lot of work.
That is, talk about heart, though.
Not quite sure how she got that past the knees there.
Tons of heart, tons of willpower.
And unfortunately, I think they're seeing a bit of a bar drop just as it went to the knees. Have a look at the replay there.
Yeah, and you know,
And
when you don't get a white
just
light in
there.
there, you can't even debate
You
it.
can't
they're-
even debate. Obviously, the US coach, he's still going to go to the table anyway.
You know what? And that's what I mean. I love it when they advocate for their lifters. Some nationals teams just don't do it. Well, speaking of, the Japanese rarely do, but the Americans know. You know, it's worth a talk. It's worth an argument.
I think
Let's
if
debate it.
If there's something that's borderline, it's worth popping over there. I walked over to the table.
Yeah, you
Tuesday
did.
afternoon.
You're not afraid to have a conversation, are you, sir?
I'll certainly talk to them.
Yeah, you'll talk.
Marika Tanaka from Japan.
Nice, smooth.
Oh, she's got a good deadlift.
Yeah, I mean, that was almost picture perfect in terms of a conventional pull.
165.
You know, it's surprising because Ray has pulled 182.5, failing 160. I'm not sure. You never know what these lifters are dealing with.
Yeah, look, I mean, you look at her. I mean, it's a lot of travel. She had a lot of work this week.
If they have an injury,
Yeah.
and they got Hearts Alliance, they don't back down, even if they're injured. Speaking of the Americans.
Joe Aita, 172.5.
Oh, and this is a personal best.
Yeah, it's a big jump, 10 kilos.
She might be smelling blood when she's seeing Ray miss her lift.
Yeah, well, the door certainly swung open a little bit.
Yep.
And by putting that one on the board, I reckon she just kicked the door open.
Yep. Yeah, I got to agree. Now, Ray put in 160 again for her third. Like we said, you can change it, but...
Yeah, if she finds herself in a position where the silver medal is secure and an opportunity to pull for the gold, absolutely.
Yeah, if you're not risking anything. And look, she did lock out 160. There was an up-down. The only thing is, how much did she empty trying to get that?
Yeah, it's a tough call, and she has a very, very big week so far as well.
Mm-hmm. Is she an official as well? I believe so.
I believe she is, yeah.
I thought I'd seen her dress as official earlier, but could be mistaken. I was severely dehydrated.
Yes, that has been a topic of conversation. Lanka Deepa from India, 107.5.
2.5 kilo jump, as you had suspected. She's fought a lot today.
Yeah, that tank's got to be getting empty. She's quite a wide stance too.
Yes, she does.
Probably like to see that come in a little bit.
Yep.
And you can see it pops the knees in.
And her grip is wider than it needs to be, so it's a longer distance with the travel, but she gets it.
Gets it on the board, not bad, 107.5. And you know what, that's a nice way for her to finish. She had a tough start to that competition.
Did she go 3 for 3 in her bench, do you know?
No.
No, okay.
She missed one of the bench. Courtney Eve's Germany, 135.
Yeah, so again, only a 2.5 kilo jump. That's a really small jump in deadlifts, but if you see the end near, you don't want to, get overly ambitious. You gotta be realistic.
Yeah, so Joe Ada's put in a 180.
Okay.
And she wants to go after that. So Courtney Eve is 135.
Again, they could be placeholders. It's interesting when...
Yeah, we'll see if they move around.
Nope, just a little too much.
Just nothing left in the tank.
I was going to say, so it's interesting when it's the same nation, coaching staff, trying to outwit the other, putting placeholder deads in there. There's going to be some change-ups. And
That's even harder to do when you're holding both their cards.
Well, I
trying
think
to outwit yourself.
I think they'll split it, but yeah. Well, either way, U.S. is in a great position to walk away with the world champion, 57 kilo. They kind of stacked the deck.
So I think we must have had a change go in because Heather Isles from Canada is up now.
Your lift, Heather.
So 145.
Squeeze. Yeah.
Oh, she gets it to the top.
Yeah.
Bit worried about that midsection there.
It paused. Did it go up, down?
Yeah.
It's unfortunate. They could go to the jury.
I think he's going to.
It's worth an
Justin's
ask.
going to come for a bit of a walk once he gets the card in for another lifter.
And I'd agree with that. I mean, it was a pause.
It's always worth talking to you. If you're unsure,
worth a conversation.
Go to the jury. That's what they're there for.
Yep.
And the jury has waved him away before he got there.
That's okay.
They knew he was coming.
That's okay.
They prepared their speech. Helen Hughes, 145. Oh, great finishing lift.
Yeah, you know what? I think she's going to review the tape and say, I think I had a little more in the tank.
Probably could have gone a couple of kilos more on that.
Yeah.
Sarah Pinn from Ireland now, 147.5. Won't do much to her overall position, but
2.5 kilo jump, but perhaps sensing the end was near when she pulled 145. This would match her personal best. So.
Yeah, and I think that's a great way to finish.
Yeah.
And the one thing I really try and teach athletes is that you're not going to get a personal best at every competition.
Yeah. Especially travel.
Yeah, it's a long process. Mm-hmm. It's a 10-year plan, and you can see the energy's just zapped there.
Yeah.
But she's got a great coach in the corner there, Big J. So Frances Manius from Canada now, 150.
This will, if temporarily, move her into a bronze for the deadlift event. And I mean, we're seeing how many failures we have in the third attempt, so.
That's right.
never know.
Getting a number on the board can make all the difference. I mean, we talk about it all the time, you and I. It's not always the strongest.
Yep.
You might have a big deadlift on the books, but you've got to do it on the day.
Well, she did her part, didn't she?
Great lift.
She's happy with it.
That was a good lift.
Yeah.
And I think that was a good number to put on. As easy as, that didn't look overly difficult. I think a couple more kilos, they probably would have broken her.
The Canadian staff usually has that conversation with you. I know Justin, he's going to say, look, I'm going to try to get you on as many podiums as possible. And he temporarily, if nothing else, has got her on one. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, they've done their job. They've got to wait for the rest now. So, Marina Hedberg from Sweden, 152.5. Now, she opened at 140 and just got the technique all over the shop.
This is a big jump. Probably her planned third always, though.
It certainly seems like a planned third or close to.
Yeah.
And that big jump was just a bit too much for the nervous system at the end of the day.
Well,
it's been a big day of lifting. It's been a big day all around for them. It's 9:30 p.m. here, and they're still lifting.
And this could be the conclusion of the battle. I'm wondering, does she keep that weight? She could drop a 5 kilo, beat Joe's current pull and subtotal, and hope that Joe misses her final. Or does she think, we got Joe's coming back above?
Well, here we go.
160.
Robin Ray, 160.
Yep. She can't drop it any lower than 160.
She's keeping it going this time.
Talk about heart. Yikes.
That's got to go on the board. It does. That puts the pressure on now.
Sugar Ray Robin with a Titanic pull and says the ball is in your court, Joe.
That has put the pressure on. So right now, Marika Tanaka looking at 167.5, so she'll take home the bronze medal regardless. This could put her into silver for the deadlift, but she'll take the bronze medal overall regardless of this lift. And for a lady that had such a tough start with the squats to finish here up against this competition, absolutely outstanding.
Yeah, it says a lot to stay composed and hang in there. Day is long.
Oh, slow to move, but boy, once it moved.
And hold the phone. She's 45? No.
Once that thing started moving, what a great lift. And now Joe Aita, and she doesn't have to lift 180.
I'm expecting them to change this. Yeah, you're not going to lift more than you have to at the Worlds. Or, excuse me,
have to?
she's fractionally heavier. Yeah, you're right.
She does have to pull 180, yeah.
Yeah.
She's a touch heavier. Not much in it, but it's enough. So she has to pull the 180, the pressure's on.
Wow. Couldn't be more dramatic.
This is for the gold medal.
For all the marbles.
Coach, go away.
Gold in deadlift, gold overall. And 10 kilo above her personal best. She's going to need a titanic effort.
And it just didn't want to move. Wow, it came down to that last pull, and Robin Ray
just
gets away with the gold medal.
Yeah, could not be more dramatic.
Joe ate it with the silver, and Tanaka with the bronze. We said at the start of the deadlifts it was going to come down to that last pull, and it certainly did. But don't go away, because right now we're rolling straight into the 63s, and this is just as tightly contested. And here comes Sharon Holmes. She has been fired up for every lift all day. Can she keep that intensity level going? It can be very draining.
A little hip pump to break the inertia, get a little momentum going.
There we go. Gets it on the board.
That's how you want him to move. You don't want to expend too much. You got 2 more pulls.
Minna Ristolainen from Finland now, 135. And just saw her standing in the wings waiting. I don't think she's looked so nervous throughout this whole competition, but she actually looked nervous for her deadlifts. This is well under her personal best. Yeah.
She need not be so nervous.
That's a nice way to start your deadlifts.
Yeah. Maybe that'll build the confidence.
That'll shake the nerves off. Audria Butler, 137.5. She doesn't have the biggest deadlift, so she really needs to get them on the board.
Yeah,
she has her plan.
She has a lead, but a big deadlifter can cover a lot of ground.
Yeah, so she just needs to stick to the plan. Yeah, she's had a pretty good day so far.
Oh.
And gets it to the top. It wasn't the easiest opener though, was it?
Yeah, I mean, perhaps it's just a little bit of a misgroove, but there was a wobble, and usually you don't see any speed wobbles.
For an opening lift, I would have thought it'd be a lot smoother than that.
We might have a closer battle than the numbers are showing us right now. It's going to be interesting.
Edita Kanatova from Czechia, 140.
If we have back-to-back final pulls for the win, we're really getting spoiled here on platform
Front
1.
row seats.
Yep.
That's a good pull.
Yep.
Front row seats in the VIP box. I was expecting someone to deliver some food and some vodka, but
you're telling me, sir.
I thought that came with the ticket. I haven't seen anyone. Natasha Dunn, Canada, 147.5.
Natasha looking like a solid podium favorite, but again, a lot can happen in the deadlift event.
Yeah, get this one on the board. Be interesting to watch this technique here. She's got very straight feet. See where her knees go, and they see those knees just drop in a little bit.
Move smooth though.
But no problems with that weight at all.
A lot of room to grow from there.
Daniela Volk from Germany, 147.5. Just wants to get this one on the board. She's been lifting well. Gets that breath of air in. Yeah, probably wasn't her cleanest deadlift I've ever seen her do, but it got the job done.
Yeah, she solidified her total.
And I'm pretty sure you could see Rolf walk off in the background thinking, yeah, that was,
It was
yeah, that got the job done. Holly Lacente from Canada now, 150.
No rest for poor Justin Reeson. 2 Canadians in the field here.
Oh yeah, push. Good.
Nice.
Yeah, very, very good opening lift.
Yeah, no drama there.
That's what you want to see. So now we go Manuela Ishkobaka from Norway, 152.5. Ooh, just under a personal best. That's a big opening lift.
She hasn't been competing 3 years, so maybe the progress has been quick.
Yeah, you certainly get plenty of progress in those early years.
Yep.
I miss those early years.
Lift up. Get it.
And certainly made some progress because that didn't look overly difficult at all.
3 whites, and everybody has solidified their totals. No bomb outs.
Yeah, everyone on the board on those openers now, they can start to play.
Yeah, the hay is in the barn. All the hard work is done. Start making some jumps.
All right. Sharon Holmes, 132.5. Yeah, and you know what? She has kept that intensity through every lift. I mean, if you can do that and manage your energy outputs, it's absolutely fantastic bonus for you and benefit to the lifting.
A little bit of a wide grip.
Yeah, could come in a little closer. It's working, no. She gets that to the top. Big growl at the top there.
Yeah, and probably a little bit of a smaller jump for her final dead. That was 7.5 kilo. What do you think?
Yeah, look, I'd go for a 5 kilo, I think. I mean, unless it's going to change anything major on the board.
True.
You know, I'm a big fan of getting lifts on the board unless there's an opportunity to pull for something. Otherwise, get it on the board. Audria Butler, 145. So she is currently the front runner.
Now, she's taken a 7.5 kilo jump, and I believe, did she not have the wobbly opener?
Yeah, it wasn't a great opening lift.
Let's see if she can make a few adjustments.
Oh, it's tough.
It's steadier.
Probably
locks it
better
in.
than her opener.
Yeah. It was slower, but it was
It
straight.
was certainly steadier. Gets it on the board. You know, I don't know if I'd like to see any more than 2.5 kilos on the, or 5 at best.
I think 2.5 would be right on the money. She is in a position where she probably could stay and hold and still win.
Yep.
So if she wants,
yeah, I think that'd be the way to go.
yeah,
I'd rather see her get the extra on the total.
yep.
Audria Hanatova from Czechia now, 150.
And this is a 10 kilo jump. Well, Butler has taken 5 kilo, so we're gonna see a fight.
He's gone the 5.
10 kilo jump. What do you think, Gary? That's a
Yeah, look, her opening moved well.
yeah,
And it's still underneath her best ever lift.
not by much.
Now, it was a fight. Now, this is the thing, when you take those big jumps and your second is a fight, where do you go from there?
Yeah.
And you see it happen a lot on bench press, guys open, you know, close to their personal best, and it's a real grind. Where do you go for lift number 2 or 3? And you end up wasting a lot of energy for nothing.
Yeah, usually it's your last pull. You want to try to sort out the overall standings with.
Mina Ristolainen from Finland.
It's pretty smooth.
Yeah, I mean,
Consistent.
there's another 5,
Yep.
maybe even 7.5 there.
Yep. And that was a 15 kilo jump for her.
Certainly didn't impact too much. Natasha from Canada, 155.
This will match her personal best, but again, competing 2 years, making some huge gains. And she is a podium favorite and could threaten for the silver depending on how this moves.
Yeah, I mean, if she can put 3 good deadlifts on the board, she's going to put the pressure on Official Barker from Norway.
Yeah, she might be able to swap her bronze for silver.
That looks better than the first.
You know what? That was very smooth.
Yeah, her knees didn't drop in as much on that one. You can see the power difference.
She's turning it on. Look, a double fist pump. She's happy.
Yeah.
Her husband's happy. Canadian coaching staff's happy. And they got a contender.
Germany now, 155. And I mean, and again, if she is consistent over 3 lifts, she could move up into 4th position.
The tough part, obviously, is the Norwegian gets the pull after her. So if she's threatening the Norwegian's position for silver, the Norwegian can chip her pull.
Yeah, a lot of numbers and lifting order.
Yeah.
Sometimes it plays to your favour, sometimes it doesn't.
Oh.
That's some work.
Oh, wow. Big fight.
She's got a solid grip, though.
To say the least.
Oh, unfortunately, no lift.
You know, the way she emptied the tank, it'll be a big ask for her to even do that weight again.
It's going to be tough. Holly Lacenta from Canada now, 157.5. Tell you what, it's a quick turnaround here.
It is. Yeah, only 8 lifters. That's tough.
No mucking around with that one.
Slow and consistent, though.
That was the way to do it, though. Walk out, grab the bar, grip and rip.
Yep.
Didn't waste any energy mucking around out there and gets it on the board. Pushel Barker from Norway now, 157.5. And she is in a good position. If she can get these on the board, she can threaten for that silver. The bus driver from Norway.
Yeah, she's literally neck and neck with the Canadian who, you know,
this one will put her dead even.
Yeah. Let's see how it moves for her. Oh.
You know what? I mean, her first one moved quite well. I thought 5 kilos, pretty reasonable.
Wow, and Team Canada's got to have a conversation right now.
Yeah, so now Canada's got to look at, well, what do we do?
You obviously, once again, you can change your last deadlift twice.
Now, Pushel Barker from Norway is a little bit heavier, so Dunn has a little bit of an advantage there, being a fraction lighter. So Sharon Holmes now, 140 for a third. How fired up. She's really fired up for this one.
7.5 kilos.
Super fired up for this one.
Yeah.
That's what you want for your last lift, though. This is where you've got to leave it all on the platform.
She is a fighter.
She's going to get it there.
She is a fighter.
Can she lock it? Not quite.
Not from a lack of effort.
She gave that everything she had.
You see, she even had to gather herself before she left the platform.
Yeah,
She's a little
I saw
lightheaded.
She loosened the belt there.
Yeah.
And, I mean, it's something we've all experienced, the old lightheadedness.
She left it all on the platform, that's for sure.
Audria Butler now at 150.
Yeah, she's got the overall gold locked up.
Yeah, 150. You know, I thought 147.5 would have done it. We'll see how she goes with 150.
Not risking anything though, so.
No, that's right. There's no risk at this one.
She wants to have a little fun with her last pull.
Yeah, she's got the gold medal locked away. It's already packed in her bag. Just taking a little bit more time with the setup on this one.
Nope.
Not going to move.
I would have been surprised, but she was risking nothing.
It wouldn't be the first time this week I've been made to eat my words.
Same here.
Evita Kanatova from Czechia now, 155.
It's going to be a 2.5 kilo PR. Nice way to finish today.
I think she's got this one in her. She's been lifting well today. She's just sort of been doing her thing, putting her numbers on the board, getting what she wants, and just enjoying the World Championships. Oh, I could be wrong. I think someone stapled that one to the floor. Someone might want to check to make sure they haven't Velcroed that down.
The magnet under the platform was turned on for that one.
The old casino trick. Daniela Falk from Germany now, 157.5.
Could she be the first lifter to get her third deadlift attempt?
Well, we know the mustache can add extra 5 kilos.
At least. There it is right there.
It's magnificent. Great to see you get this one. And it's just a little too much today.
And
These
we're
girls
having
have put in so much throughout this competition. They're just running out of steam in the end.
a sea of red so far on the scorecard in the third attempts of the 63 kilo class.
Well, let's see if Aristolainen from Finland can get 157 and a half. So it's going to come down for a battle for that silver medal, though. We're going to get a green on the board, I think.
Yep. The knee shook.
Oh, she's happy with that one.
The engine revved, the knee shook, but she got it.
All right, so now we've got Pishal Barker from Norway at 157 and a half. This will give her 380. And she's a fraction heavier than Dunn, so interesting choice.
Yeah.
I thought they would have changed this.
You know, she's hoping that the Canadian misses. It's the only way she can win. She needs to hit, and the Canadian misses.
And, well, she did miss this on a second, so maybe adding wasn't really any point.
Yeah, this is a more realistic option.
And I think any more would have been a stretch.
Oh, wow.
She's pulled that one with nothing but heart.
I
That
think
was all heart.
Yeah.
It's on the board.
And you know
now
what?
She has to wait.
And you know what? Honestly, she didn't even have half a kilo in her, so holding serve and keeping that weight, she just needs to see if Natasha can pull 160.
Yeah, look, I think that 157 was the right move. You're right, 160, I don't think would have moved off the floor. So all credit to him for that.
And this is the perfect weight for Natasha to pull. The bronze medal is all but locked up. You might as well pull for silver. Good play by the Canadians, Justin Reeson.
So she can't lose a bronze medal.
Nope.
But she
Risk
can
nothing.
gain a silver.
Oh,
what a pull.
Nicely done.
What a pull. It's on the board. She gets in there for the silver medal.
What a
and
dramatic...
Pishal Barker from Norway takes the bronze.
Dramatic way to end the day.
Wow.
A battle for silver.
And Holly the centre now for 160. And this will give her the gold medal on the deadlift. She currently has a silver medal on the deadlift.
Just
this will give her the gold. Wouldn't that be a fantastic way to finish?
A medal haul for the Canadians here at the end.
Oh, she's got it moving fast. She's giving it everything. She's got to squeeze those glutes through.
I think she's got it.
It looks good from the front. What do the referees say? It is. She'll get herself on the podium for the deadlift. What a way to finish this afternoon.
Wow.
It has just been non-stop this session.
Yep.
Don't go too far away, of course. We've got the medal ceremony coming up very shortly. Ryan, it's been a huge day for you, and then you've jumped over here and commentated the other platform in here as well. It's been fantastic. Congratulations
on
your performance today. It was absolutely outstanding, and I enjoyed having the opportunity to commentate on that.
Thank you, sir.
Don't go far. We've got the medal ceremonies. Of course, there's plenty more action tomorrow.
How many have we got?
I think we need a few more.
I think it should be 25.
Oh, you gave 25?
Yes.
Ah, perfect.
50.
Ladies, if you just move a little bit that way, they all get in the screen. Just come around a bit. Thanks.
We're missing one person.
Oh, there she is.
Glad you could join us.
And the gold medal goes to USA, Audria Butler on the 2.5. Thank you. Dennis Rosenlund to Finland and Mina Isolari, 157.5. Silver goes to Canada, Natasha Dallas, 160. And the gold goes to Canada, Holly Lassander, 160. And